We have a massive Yankees trade report, as this team is already getting back in the trade market after the end of the 2024 season and are coming for revenge. The Yankees are targeting a former Gold Glove second baseman in absence of Gleyber Torres. I'm going to be talking about all of these reports here, what this means for Gleyber Torres and the Yankees going forward, and how big this trade will be for this team here in this video. Before we get into it, however, we know that 75% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you're looking for a spot to get all of your New York Yankees news, you're in the right spot. Hit the sub button, join us here on the channel as we're covering everything New York Yankees. Without any further ado, we need to get into our topic here, the big one. The Yankees are targeting a Gold Glover to replace ultimately what will be Gleyber Torres at second base. Now, Gleyber Torres is not gone just yet, but all signs are pointing to this. And the fact that we're seeing these reports now, these reports are really going to be a big indication of what the Yankees' plan for Gleyber Torres is. So we're going to do our first screenshot here going over this. This comes from Bleacher Report. And as you can see here, it says, one of the players is Gleyber Torres, who ultimately will not be returning to this team, is their preposition. After spending the first 7 seasons of his MLB career in the Bronx, the 27-year-old second baseman is becoming an unrestricted free agent this offseason. While there's a chance Torres could re-sign with New York, the Yankees front office might also want to either move on from him or elect against matching whatever other offer comes for him. And I think this is a very smart decision. We know Gleyber Torres has been okay with the Yankees. He's been a guy that's been around and has really done his job with the New York Yankees, but it really seems like it's time to move on, and a lot of people are seeming to also come into this idea. And moving on with this further, the Yankees would need a new infield regardless. An October 30th article from Bleacher Report, Joel Roeder, suggested that this fills the void by trading for Colorado Rockies second baseman and former Gold Glover, keep in mind, Brendan Rodgers. Now, Brendan Rodgers, the former 3rd overall pick, hasn't had a full 3rd overall pick experience in the MLB just yet. He still has that uncertainty of whether his career will continue the way it is, whether or not he will become the third round or the 3rd overall pick potential in his career, and we're still waiting for that. But the New York Yankees is the perfect spot for him to kind of explore that and try and get into that position. The former Gold Glover obviously is a Gold Glover, so he's exactly what the Yankees would like to have to finish off this middle infield with Anthony Volpe and really just solidify the middle after the errors that we've seen in Game 5 of the World Series. And I think that's a big point of concern for this Yankees organization, and what they're going to be trying to fix in the offseason is some fielding down the middle, and especially you want to lock that up and have that confirmed. And as we move on to another screenshot here going into this, I want to pull up the stats from Brendan Rodgers of the past few seasons of his MLB career. And as you can see, he's not a guy that's going to go out and knock in every runner that's out there. He's not going to go and hit home runs, but he's a pretty consistent hitter and ultimately isn't bad. You know, the aspect that he has a fielding rather than hitting is definitely favors fielding, but the fact that he can still hit the ball, he can still, drive on a run when he needs to, still get into those crucial moments, still be able to play offense. That's a big part of this. We see a lot of the MLB defenders nowadays really don't hit very well if they're a great fielder, but he's a great mix of both, and he's still very young. So I think that the options that the Yankees have here is absolutely a great idea to try and explore his option and really consider him as one of the top targets for the Yankees, other than Juan Soto, obviously, this offseason. But we do have a quote here from Joel Roeder discussing this. He says, Rodgers had never quite lived up to being a 3rd overall pick in the 2015 draft, but he has been a productive player when healthy. He won the NL Gold Glove at second base during a 4.3 WAR season in 2022, and he hit a 267 with a 314 on base and a 407 slugging with 29 doubles, 13 home runs, and 54 RBIs in 135 games this past season. He would team up with Anthony Volpe to form one of the best defensive middle infields in baseball. And I think that's a big point of contention, as I mentioned, that the Yankees are going to look at, and it's really to sort this out, to sort out what they want to do, to sort out the remainder of this middle infield and the defense for this team. The offense is already set. We're good on that. We need to see some better defense, and certainly Brendan Rodgers, the former Gold Glover, who still is one of the best defenders in baseball, would certainly help out with that. And going on to another screenshot here, looking at this one, we know that Roeder later discussed that Rodgers, as the Yankees' starting second baseman in the 2025 opening day lineup prediction, he has set that, made his point clear that he wants to see this. But considering the atrocious defense from the Yankees displayed in Game 5 of the World Series, the thought of adding an elite defender infield would certainly sound appealing to New York Yankees fans. And especially as an immediate reaction to this, I think we can all agree that the Yankees want to have better defense. The defense is going to win you games, but the offense is going to set you up to win them. And that's a big part of it as well, the pitching and whatnot. But the Yankees have such a good structure that this is really their only point of major concern at this point right now. And I'm excited to see if the Yankees do end up targeting him, if they're going for other defenders. This is the first one we're hearing of, and obviously the offseason is just starting, so we're going to be getting a lot more reports just like this of Brendan Rodgers, of guys like that that could be exploring the trade market as well as free agents. So the Yankees right now are certainly going to be considering him as an option. And I'm excited to see where this does progress. And I'll pull up his stats once again, just to kind of go and take a look at those and what we're looking at with the whole situation of Brendan Rodgers and how he works out. You can see by looking at his past seasons, he's just a very consistent hitter. And as I mentioned, he's not the greatest hitter of all time. He's not a guy that's going to go out and spot in the four hole for you, but he is a guy that is as consistent as you need to be a New York Yankee and also to have the defense that he does. So I think Brendan Rodgers is a very exciting option for the Yankees, especially with the way he's played in the past and how consistent he can be on offense and defense. And overall, the contract is not too bad either. It would be a trade. He has 1 year left on his deal, and this would be for the final year, of course, going into this. And I think that the Yankees would certainly try to make the offer there and give them the opportunity for an extension. I think that's a big part of what the Yankees are looking for as well, is the possibility of having him for quite some time if he does end up working out. So the fact that he is only on 1 year remaining and having this factor that if he does play well, exceeds expectations, he could be a great Yankee for the foreseeable future, down the middle, at the home plate. Any situation that you put him in, I think could be the perfect situation for the Yankees. So let me know what you think about this. Do you think that we're going to see Brendan Rodgers down the middle here at second base, with the option of potentially having Gleyber Torres still here, Jazz Chisholm, of course, still here? There are many options the Yankees can choose to do, but whether or not they do end up trying to get Brendan Rodgers, I think is a very, very big piece that they want to consider for the future of this team. So let me know what you think. This is obviously just the beginning of the offseason. There's going to be many, many moves here, but starting off with Brendan Rodgers, I don't think is a bad one. We know the Yankees are looking for this revenge. They're looking to get back into this, and they don't want to make a mistake as they did last season with the errors and whatnot, and defense is going to be a big part of that. So obviously, it's only a matter of time until we see the first move. The Yankees are going to be hot on the tail, of course, with Juan Soto, with Brendan Rodgers, with many more free agents, trade candidates. You can see the Yankees name in just about all of them. So if you want to get all your Yankees news, hit the sub button, join us here on the channel. We need to get this team back to where we want to be. We need to get back to the World Series, and we need to go and get our revenge against the Los Angeles Dodgers. If you want to see that as well, I'll be keeping you up to date with all of the news. But that's all I got in this video. If you did enjoy, like I said, give it a like, hit the sub button. Lets us know you're enjoying the content and the Yankees playoff hopefuls once again. But that's all I got. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.